It's a note pinned to the control panel.
Let me save your crow's feet and read that for you. It says, Baron Shroudy, I fixed the control panel for the theater flats. I had to, find something about, cross-wired to some power source? We'll fix it next time, I think. Signed RM. Man, this guy must be a doctor. I can barely read this note.
Note? Who wrote you?
Some guy with the initials RM. That chicken scratch had to have been written by a doctor.
I don't think I'll need that note. I can read it here. It's a bunch of levers. But whatever it is they're supposed to do isn't working.
They're actually used to make the theater backdrops go up and down. And they used to work just fine.
How do you know this?
Because the current backdrop has a giant sun on it. I used to wait until Shroudy was walking by the theater and then pull the lever and make the sun suddenly appear. It used to scare the crap out of him.
What do you mean, used to?
Well, I kinda broke it. I was sitting there waiting for Shroudy to walk by, and I started to feel hungry. So I went and got some nut and fruit snacks out of my cage. While I was happily munching away, a couple of them slipped through my wings and fell down inside the control panel. Ever since then, I haven't been able to pull the levers.
Can't you reach in there and grab your nuts and dried fruits?
Unfortunately, the holes in the panel are too narrow for me to fit my wings through.
You need to learn to be less messy when you eat. I sure hope we don't need to use these for some reason. But considering how things have gone so far, I'm sure we will. Look at that mess! Frederick, is this your doing?
Well, yeah. I saw some strange guy in a lab coat installing this thing for Shroudy a while back. That's why I was messing around with it.
I don't talk to things like that. It's against the Apostolate's code of conduct to clean up after dirty bats.
That's not in there.
Well, it ought to be. It appears to be the decapitated head of a stuffed animal?
They killed Smuggle Bunny. You bastards! He may be a cuddly creature, but I think we should just be friends.
A lady does not snuggle with a decapitated head no matter how soft, cute, and furry he is. Though he is awfully cute, aren't you, Wiggle Snoogums? There are seats for this theater, although I've never performed for an audience here. Theater seats? I wonder if you've seen a lot of operas.
When Shroudy was building this theater for you, he bought those chairs from an authentic Paris opera house, one that happened to be showing rats. Which at the time was the longest running show in Paris opera history.
What happened to the show?
The plague. After people started dying by the thousands, it was tough to view a bunch of rats in a sympathetically romantic light.
No, thank you. I don't want to get my dress dirty. It looks like the seats are covered in stale popcorn and empty boxes of Juju Bats candy. It's a mythical horse whose horns are said to grant 3 wishes to whomever touches them.
Actually, that's a male deer. And they don't grant wishes. That's a 9th level spell. You're thinking of a unicorn whose horn is said to neutralize poison, along with many other powers that depend on who's running the game. Even if Draxylvanian unicorns could grant wishes, the material components of such a spell...
Wait, stop! I have something very important to say. Mona is bored. That might be a good conversation if that talked back. Too bad. I would pull this beautiful animal down so it could be free, but I'm worried he might not be able to run free.
He could awkwardly roll to freedom. That I'd like to see.
It's the head of a most unfortunate little piggy.
It's actually a boar, like its former owner. And really, how many pigs have not met an unfortunate end? It's not like pig milk is in high demand.
I refuse to chat with swine.
Any animal that can't differentiate between feces and mud is not on our buddy list.
I don't need meat.
True, but you do need the marinade.
It's a tragic version of the traditional comedy tragedy masks, only with a slight vampiric twist. When I look at you, I feel as though I'm losing control and I have no soul. No, I don't want it. I wonder if that was the face that Shroudy made just before he died.
I'm not sure, but it does look a little bit like the face he made the other day when I spiked his blood supply with Tabasco sauce.
It's the dedication plaque for this theater.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Shroudy might have a crush on you.
It's a dedication plaque for this theater. It says, the Mona de la Fête Memorial Theater, established 1892. Wish I could pull that down and burn it. That is what I think of Shroudy and his pathetic attempt to buy my love. It's a comedic version of the traditional comedy tragedy masks, only with a slight vampiric twist.
A vampire comedy? Give me a break.
Seriously, as if anybody would ever try to write one of those.
If they did, I would hope they'd give all the really good lines to the vampire's wacky sidekick.
Hello, Mask. You look a bit like a clown. What's wrong, Froderick? You're shivering.
Sorry, man. Clowns just really freak me out.
I don't want that. It looks too much like Shroudy after he's been out hunting for wine shops.
It's a particularly large squirrel with fangs.
That's a beaver, bug brain.
Lame. Giant vampire squirrels would have been way cooler.
It's Beatrice the beaver. Are you stuck? Need any help?
Mona, she's dead. She can't answer you.
She's not dead. She's just sleeping. Never touch anything in this castle that could come to life.
Especially a zombie beaver. He'll chew your head off, man. It's the decapitated head of a bear.
How barbaric.
But the taxidermy is very sophisticated. Note the flawless preservation of his dying roar.
I'm going to call you Fuzzy Wuzzy, who was a bear, but is now a stuffed wall ornament. I have no need for it.
What if we get attacked by a giant Goldilocks? You might want to keep it in mind.
There's nothing off stage. It's absolutely, completely empty. There's no reason whatsoever to go back there.
But maybe we should...
Trust me once for a change. Line? I don't want to touch that. There's a bat on my shoulder? Oh, get it off!
I'm attached to a walking corpse! Get me off!
Dang! I just missed. Froderick, may I ask you something?
Sure, hit me. Ow! Bad abuse!
Remember that time we were talking in my room, Froderick? Tell me again about the time we met.
I know you like this story, so I'll tell it one more time. I was up in one of the tower lofts, going over the haul of grubs and bugs I found under a newly fallen tree, when the Belfry boys cornered me. You see, I had this, incident with Rocco's, the leader's sister, and he thought I needed a good butt-kicking. Plus, apparently I owed them for protection. But from what, I could never figure out. Anyway, they were blocking the window, and there was no other way out. Luckily, it was an old turret roof, So I said something to Rocco to provoke him, and he rushed me. I ducked out of his way, and he crashed through the back of the roof, opening my escape route.
What did you say that got him so mad?
I just asked him what he was gonna do to me, and he said, "When I'm through doing to you what I've been dying to do to you for a long time, you won't ever walk again." And I said, "What a coincidence. That is exactly what your mom said to me last night right after dinner."
No, you didn't.
Never seen a bat change colors like that before. Anyway, Rocco was pretty out of it. So I escaped through the Rocco-shaped doorway he had just made and headed down to your balcony because the doors were open. I thought I might be able to lose the Belfry boys in the castle. That's when I ran into you in the Great Hall.
You almost knocked me over.
Yeah, I didn't see you. I just about knocked myself silly. Well, then the rest, you know.
I remember this cute little bat being chased by 3 bigger and mean-looking bats. And I thought, this is certainly not fair. So I transformed, grabbed one bat, and then turned back into a human. I used him to beat up the other 2. I must have made an impression because I haven't seen hide nor hair of them since.
And thanks again for that, Mona. I owe you big time.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Get me safely back to Pelly and we'll call it even. Deal?
Deal.
Why are you helping me get back to Pelly?
Well, kiddo, that is a good question, and one I ask myself on occasion. I think it's because before you, I didn't really have a goal in life. I thought I'd hook up with a she-bat, settle down and have a normal bat life. But then I met you. You were so full of determination and full of dreams. I just thought helping you achieve your goals would feel good. So now your goals are my goals. Plus, helping you escape will really cheese off that jackass Shroudy. I really hate that guy.
I want to know more about Draxylvania.
Draxylvania means Woodland of the Devil. And they ain't kidding. I think Old Scratch took a liking to this place and made it his own. This country just seems to attract the creepiest, darkest, most angst-ridden people and creatures in the world. But we make some real good cheese. Draxylvania blood cheese. The best blood cheese in the world.
I think it's the only blood cheese in the world. Sounds... oh, yummy. What do you know about Shroudy and his mother?
Ever since I've been here, the old hag ruled the place. I was told she had married a succession of barons in the Lake Vog district, but they all died of something or another. I think they all caught a case of the murder myself. That murder, boy, it'll kill ya. She got this castle when she married the Baron von Kiefer. I think he died of a concussion.
She hit him?
No, the stones of the courtyard did. At terminal velocity. Knocked him out cold. He never woke up. Poor dumb bastard. After that, I heard she threw lavish feasts and parties with all sorts of odd people. Some say there were black magic worshippers, witches, dark spirits, and wizards. Man, I wish I had been invited. I hear witches can really party.
I'm sure during the feasts, some poor person got sacrificed for their black rights.
Yeah, around here, it really isn't a party till someone gets sacrificed. After that, things apparently settled down a bit. Then she just disappeared, never saw her again. That's when Shroudy went on his long holidays. We all assumed to look for her, but as it turns out, he gave up on that. He was really looking for a replacement. You. And I'm sorry to say, I don't think you were the first one.
Are you looking forward to going back to Paris?
Sure, but the problem with France is that they have a lot of French people there.
True, but you get used to it after a while.
No, really. I'm looking forward to it. Eating at cafes, drinking wine, real wine, enjoying works of art, telling foreign tourists to go to hell. France sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, that's enough talk for now.
Mona, snap out of it.